It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Yes, you're live with Expresso on a beautiful Thursday morning, and it's only going to get better as we introduce you to our musical superstar this morning. And he's cool. He's giving me major cool vibes. The coolest rating of our studio, in fact, has gone up by osmosis. I think I'm getting cooler here. Johannesburg-based heavy blues rocker Ross Harding is gearing up for the release of his debut EP as a solo artist, and it's titled Rest and Resurrection. It's out on the 14th of January next year. Now, Ross is known for his fusion of blues and a little bit of hard rock with some strong elements of classic rock, 90s alternative grunge, basically my soul, where my spirit lives in 90s rock. And ahead of the EP release next year, Ross has released 2 singles from the EP entitled Rest and Resurrection, respectively, and he is here in studio, so please give him a massive Expresso welcome! It's early, buddy, I know.
Yeah,
I know
it's pretty
early for
it's
rockers,
pretty early.
especially, man. I can empathize. Good to have you here.
Thank you
I know
so
you were
much.
gigging last night, so we appreciate the fact that you
Yeah,
are
yeah.
here. Did you go straight through? Did you?
Yeah,
did
we
you-
were. We got up at like 3:30 yesterday morning. Flew into Cape Town and went through to Stellenbosch.
Nice.
Performed at a really, really cool venue there called the Daisy Jones.
Ooh.
Phenomenal venue. Yeah, so just a great time so far.
The fact that we can be out and performing and doing these things, even if it's a crowd of 100 people, even if it's 25 people, we'll take it. For those of us who live and make our living out on stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
How does it feel now? I know we've been thrown a curveball with a new variant and things are kind of up in the air. How are you feeling? Is it back on your feet? Is it a complete new start? Where's your headspace at now?
You know, I think I've been quite lucky as far as my music career goes, because the strange sort of transitional time has allowed me to do this EP and
Right.
and sort of take a break, you know, as it were. But it is very weird because there's been a huge gap. It's almost like a sinister ad break happened, you know, and
we're in the kitchen cooking, still looking. Is it
we're
finished?
like, is this
Is it
ad?
finished?
Yeah, it's been 2 years. This ad is really long, and it's almost like when things started opening up again that the penny drops. You're like, oh, actually, I do this. This is my job, you know.
I actually need to eat.
Yes,
I've
yes.
got to figure something out. The name, Rest and Resurrection, it's quite potent.
Yeah.
It feels like a statement in itself. What's the vibe with the EP?
I think that it was an opportunity for me to take a stance as an individual artist, and not be able to kind of hide behind the band, as it were, you know, that third-party kind of element. So
How difficult has that been?
It-
Are you an
it's-
extrovert or are you an introvert?
yeah, I'm definitely more of an introvert.
Really?
But obviously, putting yourself forward as a solo artist means that you do have to have that personal kind of flaunt, as it were, you know.
gotta get out there, man.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, so it's had its challenges, but it's been really rewarding in the sense that all these ideas and that have been in my mind are being able to come forward, you know, and that notion of rest and resurrection is kind of a person being born or renewed, but also that strong idea that these times of being able to breathe and have breathing room is important, you know.
The world has needed it. We saw it in those initial phases of lockdown when we started to see the satellite pictures of like green belts submerging and all these. It's crazy. And in our personal, and every artist that I've interviewed, from Aloe Black, literally globally has experienced life in the same way that you have now. And it becomes deeply personal when it's when it's a solo journey. It's no longer a band and a collaborative effort. And I know you're working with producers and everyone has input, but it's still you pulling that veil back and just kind of letting it all out there.
And
Do you feel better as a result of having gone through this EP process?
Look, the journey is still pretty new because there's only been 2 songs released. So although I've been doing this for a long time, to many people it is still a new experience, and to myself, I'm getting used to being a solo artist, you know, and like I mentioned earlier, not having that kind of veil to hide behind, you know.
Why? Why do this now? What happened in your life? Was it COVID? Was it something else? What triggered this?
I've had this idea, or I've been playing with this idea for some time, pre-COVID, about 2 or 3 years in the making. But I never really had time to sort of dig in. And it made sense to me from the perspective that I felt that I had strong music or sort of messages that I wanted to share.
The beast will out.
You know, yeah, and that idea of openness and not having any kind of limitations within a band is kind of, a band can evolve, but human beings evolve differently.
Yeah.
And as an individual, a person evolves at their own time, and
For sure, and a band has a formula, yeah.
Yeah, it felt to me that gave me a good stride in being able to make music and art and kind of go with the flow a little bit more than being in a sort of band idea.
All of that's great. We just need you to rock out, dude. I want you to kick stuff over, break some guitars if you have to. Ross is going to be performing just for you this morning. Buddy, so good to have you here. Thank you for
so
joining
much.
us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks
for
for pushing through. We appreciate it.
man. Thank
The
you.
rain falling on our studio roof is a good sign. It's auspicious. It means we're going to be treated to something truly remarkable. Ross Harding is not going anywhere. You shouldn't move as well.